Hey guys, welcome back. Today's episode, I know it's coming late. I'm so sorry. Um, it's only because I had like a lot to do this weekend, and yesterday I was just recovering from all that, so I was tired. I don't have much to talk about. I said that last episode, and I ended up talking for literally an hour. I'm just a yapper. Anyways, okay. Guys, today we're doing no sunglasses because I think that the sunglasses is like, I don't know. We're going to try an episode without sunglasses and I'm going to see how I like it. I did the very, very first one without sunglasses. So, starting off, I want to talk about something that I talked about last week, which was the situation with the girl named Lola who called me a whore. And I get it, like, that's not, like, really that big of a deal, but it is to me because it hurts my feelings, and things hurt my feelings a lot. Anyways, so I was, like, talking about it a lot to, like, my friends at school and stuff, as one does when there's somebody calling them stuff. And after my fourth hour, okay, so my fourth and my fifth hour are combined because it's culinary, and but they give us like the 5-minute break that we get during passing. So I was filling up my water bottle, and I was with one of my other friends, and my friend looks at me and she just like nods her head. She was like, and I look behind me, and literally this girl comes out of freaking nowhere. She's behind me, and I go, and she was like, "Do we have a problem?" And I looked at her and I was like, "I don't know, do we?" And she was like, "Well, see, don't quote me on this because I'm really bad at like retelling stories. So this is just like to sum it up because I don't want anybody to come at me after watching this being like, that's not what she said. That's not what I said. I don't give a freak!" Also, I'm going to be playing with these front pieces a lot because they bother me, but when I don't have them, I look big foreheaded, so it like helps, you know. Anyway, she comes up to me and she's like, "Do we have a problem?" And I'm like, "I don't know, do we?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know why you're talking about me, da 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 da." And I'm like, "Okay, well, you straight up just called me a whore for no reason." She's like, when did I say that? When did I say that?" And I was like, "Okay, well, Hannah told me that you said it." And she's like, "Well, I never said that. I just think that you're nasty." And I was like, "Okay, how am I nasty?" And she like flung her arm out and she was like, "You're dating my best friend's ex." Okay, girl, that's my best friend too. Clearly she's fine. Like, of course, you know, there are, like, her and I have talked about this in depth several times. Like, it's a situation that happened 2 damn years ago, boy. Let it go. 2 years ago. You come to this school a couple weeks ago and you're already trying to start stuff with me? What is wrong with you? And I tell her, I'm like, "Okay, well, you know, obviously she doesn't care." And she's like, "Well, she does a little bit." We've talked about it. I don't care. And she's like, Stop. Reel it in. Take a breath and maybe learn how to fucking talk before you decide to come yell at me literally in the middle of the hallway. Like, that was embarrassing on her part, not on my part, because I was so shocked. These are bothering me. I was so shocked, like, I didn't even know what to say for most of it, because I had, like, all these, like, insults and, like, things to say in my head beforehand, and I was literally just talking about her to my friends before, like, the bell rang. She was like, "It's my personal preference that I don't like you." I was like, "Okay, like, good for you. It's my personal preference that I don't like you. Suck it up. Suck it up. You literally called me a whore and you think I'm nasty? What is wrong with you? You're nasty. Um, and then she was like, you're gonna stop talking about me, right? And I just, like, looked at her, and I had to pee so bad. Like, that's mainly why I went out. I went out to fill my water bottle and go pee. And she's like, you're gonna stop talking about me, right? And I was just like, and I just walked into the bathroom, and she's like, that's what I thought. Girl, obviously you don't think, you couldn't even speak to me. But I talked to my friend about it, and, you know, that's also, you know, her best friend. So she can't, nobody's making her, I'm not making her. But, like, she can't really, like, defend me or defend her because we're both her friends. So I was just kind of, like, venting to her. And she talked to both of us about it. But it was just, like, that's just, like, weird people behavior. Like, you just came to the school, you're a freshman, and you're just, like, you're starting beef with me over something that happened 2 years ago, and you're calling me nasty, and you're calling me a whore. Like, okay. Whatevs. Sorry to start off, like, so strong. I just needed to get that out there. But I think it's done. I don't know. My friend said that she talked to both of us, and she was like, I just want it to be done. And I was like, girl, I thought it was done. Like, after she done yelled at me. Whatevs. She, like, saw me in the bathroom today, and she walked out of the stall, and she was, like, smiling at me like this. She was, like, with her head up, and I just looked at her, because just because you're cool with me doesn't mean I'm cool with you. Like, I done tried to be cool with you. I done tried to be nice to you. And you decided to turn around and call me nasty and a whore. Over something that happened 2 goddamn years ago. 2 goddamn years ago. Also, I have to retake the ACT because, unfortunately, I done missed that when we did it during our SAT testing week. So I have to do that, and apparently it's, like, stupid easy, but I have to do it from 7:45, and it said until 11:30. You're so silly, goofy girl. You're a silly, goofy girl if you think I'm going to be in there for 4 hours. It's in the library, too. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I didn't even think that I would have to, because I was talking to my friend's mom, because she works at the school, and I was like, do you really think that they're going to pull me to retake it? And she was like, no, like, it's not even, like, that important. Like, it was something stupid. So then don't pull me to take it. Also this week not this week. It was last week. See, I just kind of, like, exist. And I just, like, live my days, you know? And, like, all my days are so meshed together. And just, like, I thought today was Wednesday. I think it's Tuesday. I don't know. All my days are combined. Like, everything happens on the same day. But last week, I believe it was Monday? Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. One of those days. I think this Friday we have a talent show. Oh, there's this one kid. He does, like, a drum thing. And, like, the first year he did it, it was really cool. He did a Pierce the Veil song, and it made me, like, kind of like Pierce the Veil after that, and he did the drums to it, and it was, like, really good. Like, there was, like, lights and stuff, and everybody literally went insane over it. And then he did it again last year, like, the same drum thing, not to the same song, but it just wasn't as hype, and he's doing it again this year. And he wins first place for it every time somehow, even though it's really just not that good. Whatever. There was a girl last year who sang Celine Dion, and it was perfect. Like, she hit them notes. And they were really good. But we had a college and career day, and it's basically, so we have somebody come in, Like, we get to choose what we want. And they had really bad options this year. So the one that I got was Day in the Life of a Veterinarian. Okay? So somebody comes in. Turns out that the person didn't even freaking show up. So we got Michigan Works. And they just taught us how to apply for jobs. Girl, I don't give a freak. I wanted to learn a day in the life of a veterinarian. Even though I don't even want to be a veterinarian. I don't know what I want to do when I grow up. Okay, so they did that. And this lady was literally so fucking annoying. She literally, like, we played Family Feud. And then you would give an answer and she'd be like, that's good, but it's not in the top 6. Oh, that's not in the top 6. Guys, and they were literally such vague questions. It was like something like, what do you put on a resume? And the answers were something like, some of them were something that, like, you wouldn't even know. Like, you wouldn't even guess. It was just, what should you do before going to your interview? I don't know, wash my ass? I don't know, that lady just made me, like, really violently angry. A lot of things have been really irking me lately. Like, today after school, I was in a really feisty mood. As you can tell, I'm feeling feisty. So then, after this lady talked to us, can you shut your mouth? So then after the lady came in, we do what's called a career fair, and there's just, like, a bunch of booths set up in our regular gym, and then we have another gym called the Aux Gym. So in the regular gym, there's a bunch of career booths. And I just like to go around to all the booths because you get hella free stuff. Like, hella free stuff. Hold on. Here's my bag of free stuff. Also, you get a bingo sheet to enter in for, like, an Amazon gift card or something. And I got it all filled out. That's a stamp, I promise. I got it all filled out. And, yeah. And I forgot to turn it in so I could enter in the giveaway. What else? So, I got this cool little thingy here. And I got all of my, career things in there. Super cool. Candy. Literally all I did it was for the free stuff, and I'm so good. Okay, this is gonna sound kind of like snotty. I'm not trying to make it, but, like, I'm kind of good at, like, pretending to care about what people have to talk about, especially when it comes to, like, their jobs. Like, look, this one place, they were selling freaking charger cords. Like, that's so freaking awesome. They weren't selling it, they were giving them away. Like, all of this stuff is free. I got 4 pairs of sunglasses. Hello. Magnets. I got, like, 30 pens. I have some of them in my pencil case. I got a fidget spinner. Like, this makes me so happy. What else did I get? Oh. So, okay. I got this ball from a place that, okay, it lights up, by the way, like, but, they were talking to me for, like, a really long time, and then they had, like, this gear on the table, and I didn't know what it was, and I was like, what's this? And they were telling me about it. They were like, yeah, we put this on when like, we work on power lines and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's, like, really cool, like, that's interesting, cool. And then they were like, you can try it on if you want. I was like, so I tried it on. I felt awesome AF in it. And I said it, like, if you hear the live photo, I said, I feel awesome right now. I got more balls. I love balls. I also got a work pencil because I'm gonna need it for when I'm doing construction. You know, I got a bunch of tiny notebooks that are freaking awesome. I say a bunch and I just pulled 2 out. There's another one from, like, the hospital. Oh, the same place that had the charging cords. They had so much stuff. really hurt my thumb. The same place that had the charging cords had first aid kits, and it has ibuprofen in it, and we're not allowed to take any sort of medicine out of school unless it's through the office. So that was a little sneaky. You know, it was just so much fun. Yeah, and I got a bunch of magnets and stickers and stuff, mainly like pens. But the only reason I go around is for the free stuff, and I want them. Again, Matthew, if you're listening, plug your ears. I was talking to him on the phone. I'll talk about that in a second, but I was talking to him on the phone, and he was talking to me about my podcast, and he thought it was funny on the She's Back one, I think, when I was like, close your ears. And he was like, at first I didn't, and he was like, and then you said it again, and I thought that was really funny, and I was like, anyways, plug your ears. So there was one, it was an Air Force one, and they had a lot of really cool stuff, and they had really nice pens, and they also had like tiny like airplane figures. And this man, he was probably like 30. Actually, I'm pretty sure I already told Matthew about this. But he was really attractive. He was a ginger, which I have like a thing for like crushing on gingers. It's really bad. It's really bad. Like, I need to stop. But I went over, and there was like a bunch of people at the table, and the entire time, like, I feel like I'm sounding very pick me right now, but the entire time he was like looking me dead in my eyes, like, and he was talking to me about the Air Force, and I don't want to go to the Air Force. I have no plans to join any sort of like military anything. But it was nice, and I got free stuff out of it. Oh, and every time somebody would ask me, like, what do you plan on doing when you're older? Because that's what they would ask me at every booth. What do you plan on doing when you're older? I don't effing know. I'm literally 12 years old. And I would just be like, wherever the wind takes me. But then when we went into the college one, I only had time to talk to one college. But she was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, cinematography. And she looks at me, she goes, you're one of us, or you're one of me. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. And she talked to me for like 10 minutes about all the programs that they offer and stuff, which I never would have considered going to this college at all. Like, I have never considered going to this college, and I've actually been just considering not going to college recently. But because of like what she was talking about and stuff, which is why like I really appreciate that my school does like these career fairs. But I don't know, it made me kind of want to go there. But I think that they're faith-based, and I don't believe in that. And when it's like pushed on me, and it kind of just like annoys me, and I don't want to like, I'm not like rude about it. It's just, I don't like hearing about it because it's something that I don't believe in, and it just straight up just doesn't make sense to me. And to have that pushed on me, and I know, you know, if it is faith-based, it's going to be talked about in classes and stuff, and I'm just not down for that, guys. I'm not down for that. So, I have something a little bit serious to talk about. So, put your serious sunglasses on. And so, I take Lexapro, as mentioned, and sometimes when I don't take it, I kind of go a little crazy, like, or I'll just have like a really, really bad day. And sometimes I just straight up go into like almost a psychotic episode. And that happened to me on Friday because I wasn't really consistent with taking my meds that week. And I think it just got to the point where like I just lost it. I've been taking them consistently this week, but like I didn't take them. And then Friday when I woke up, I woke up just not in the best mood, and sometimes that happens, and sometimes it's okay. But when I wake up like that, I have like a really hard time speaking, like at all. It is physically impossible for me to form words with my mouth. And I wasn't doing good. I did not want to talk to anybody. I could not get out of bed. Like, my body was glued to my bed, and I was in my bed till around maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then I finally get up, and, I'm being kind of like yelled at all morning because I'm not getting out of bed, but I'm also not speaking. And I finally get up and I go out to the living room, and I'm just sitting there, just in complete silence. And my stepdad comes out and he's trying to talk to me, but I just can't. I can't talk, so I don't. And he kind of gets mad at me, and which in return makes me upset. And then he's like, I need you to feed your little sister. And I was like, okay. So he leaves, and I get up and I go to my sister, and I'm like, hey, is it okay if you wait a little bit to eat lunch? I want to take a shower, and then maybe we can walk to the store and I can grab us some chicken tenders and some mac and cheese and stuff. And if she would have said no, like she was hungry then and there, I would have fed her then and there. But she was like, yeah, and she was excited. So I get in the shower and I get back out, and her grandma's there and she's leaving with her, which means I'm in trouble. And I know that because, their assumption is that I'm not watching her, and, like, I'm not taking care of her because I hadn't fed her. So her grandma's there to pick her up so she can take care of her. And instead of just, like, saying anything, because, I could speak to Adeline because, I had to, and she's my little sister, but instead of saying anything because I couldn't talk, I just come in my room to get changed. And, I get changed, whatever, I'm doing my thing, and I come back out to go into the bathroom again. I come back out, and, my stepdad's taking my TV, and I'm just like, okay, and I sit down, and he just comes in my room and takes my door, and I'm like, okay. And with nothing being said, he seemed really upset, and I didn't want to say anything. I couldn't say anything. And I think that was just like my breaking point, because I didn't understand why everybody was just being so rude to me that day. Like, there was more before that, but I just didn't understand why people were just being so mean to me. And I completely lost it, like, completely lost my mind. And when this happens, like, everything goes foggy. I kind of just act on impulse. Like, I don't really think things through properly. And it's really hard for me to. And it's hard for me to, like, make any rational decisions when I'm, like, in that sort of manic state. And I just start, like, I'm punching my door repeatedly. And I just start trashing the crap out of my room. I just start trashing my room. Like, there was stuff everywhere. And I'm just going absolutely insane. And some more not so great stuff happened during that period. And then I'm like, okay, well, before this gets too much out of hand, I'm out. Like, I had nobody to talk to. Everybody was being mean to me. And all I wanted was one person, which was Matthew, my boyfriend. So I go down into the basement and I leave through that back door. And I just start walking, and I'm taking tons of back roads. I end up at the park that's not too far from here, but kind of at the same time. And they have, like, back trails and stuff. And I end up all the way back there when I'm supposed to be on the other side of town. And I'm walking for probably over an hour. And I'm by the Dollar General by my boyfriend's house before my stepmom comes and picks me up. And that was, like, a whole thing. And all I wanted was my boyfriend. Like, that was it. Sometimes, like, I haven't seen him in weeks. I haven't spoken to him in weeks. And it was just sometimes things are just a little hard. But I talked to my mom and my stepdad, and we ended up having, like, a good conversation out of it. I'm not, like, upset at them for anything at all. But I do think that my dad has a hard time not my stepdad, but my biological father. I do believe he has a hard time understanding. Okay, he understands that I have, like, mental issues, that I'm a little ill in the head, but I don't think that he understands how being mentally ill can, like, severely impact your decision making and your emotion, your attitude, your actions. It's just, like, it's not just an in my head thing. It's an all around thing that is really difficult for me to control, especially being 16 years old. Like, I am only 16. And you know, obviously I can't really, like, use that too much as an excuse, but I still have a really hard time dealing with my emotions in the moment. Like, I know when things are about to happen. I know when I'm about to go crazy. But it's just really hard for me to keep it in. Like, I have to express it. And or else I will just, like, bottle it in and absolutely explode. And go absolutely insane. I will go insane. And I have before. Anyways, they wanted to send me to a mental hospital. Luckily, I'm not in one. Obby. I'm here. But, there are some things that I have done, like, besides the running away, that, would get them to send me, and they said my mom told me that if I do it again, she will, but I don't know. I don't believe that that's much of a compromise, because sometimes, you know, stuff happens. But they let me talk to Matthew, because I just kept crying for him, and that's all I wanted in that moment, and they ended up letting me talk to him on the phone, and that was really nice, and they handed me the phone, and I was already crying beforehand, but they handed me the phone, and I just started sobbing. Like, I held the phone away from me, and I was like, and I heard him, and he was like, hello? I was like, hi. And he was like, why are you crying? And he calmed me down. I was, like, hyperventilating, crying, and he was like, just breathe. He gets it. I'm very happy to have him. And he was talking to me, and he told me that he's really excited to do a podcast episode with me, which I'm really excited to do one with him too, because I really want you guys to meet him. And I want you to know how we came to be and how we've been dating for nearly 2 years. Because it's pretty amazing. And we've been through, like, a lot for such a young relationship. No, he's a grown man. He's literally 18. What a freak. Kidding. Love you. So, I don't know how to like segue into this, so I'm just gonna say it. Go from something like serious to something happy. This weekend was my little sister's birthday on 4/20. She's a little 4/20 baby. She is only 7 though. She just turned 7, so, you know, fortunately she can't have too much fun. But we went to an arcade. That was so much fun. Like, the owners of the arcade were there, and they were all so sweet, and they kept talking to us, because we had, like, a big group of people there, and they kept talking to us, and one of the guys, like, we were all just sitting there, and one of the guys, he came up to us, and he was like, do you guys drink coffee? And it was, like, me, my 2 aunts, and my cousin, who were all at this table, and we were all like, yeah? And he was like, okay, well, I'm about to make some latte samples if you guys want to try it. And we were like, yeah. And he comes back like 10 minutes later with some latte samples, and they were... Arcade Coffee goes crazy. Like, that was really good. And he also let us mix our slushies. I got a slushie, and I mixed blue raspberry with lemonade, or like lemon ice. Oh. It was so good. Also, in my last podcast, I mentioned wanting an editor, and my friend Abby, love her. I love her. She's so sweet. She was like, I'll be an editor, so I think I'm gonna take her up on that offer, but only... I have another question for you guys. I want to start doing like a random video every Thursday, so like a vlog, or a get ready with me, or just a video essay maybe, just something of the sorts. And I don't like editing those, and like editing them to make them like interesting, I guess, like visually appealing. So I wanted somebody to do that for me, and I think I want to do that. So like podcast on Monday, and then random video on Thursdays. But she offered that, and that's so sweet. It was also my aunt's birthday on April 17th, so like we also celebrated her birthday here. And they both got ice cream cakes, and on my little sister's ice cream cake, it looked like she had wrote it herself, even though she didn't. It said, "Happy birthday, Adeline." They missed the H, so it was just BIRT, and then you could see that like they tried to squeeze the H in there, but it just wasn't even like legible. That was really funny. But yeah, I love it when my aunts come over. I love them so much. They're both so gorgeous. And also, okay, so this is on my mom's side of the family, and if you watch my vlog with my mom, she is Mexican. She is from Mexico. I am half Mexican and half white. So, unfortunately, my dad's genes showed a little bit more through, and I am pale AF. Like, my little brother is so much darker than I am. I keep, like, accidentally pushing that hairbrush down, and it keeps making a noise that just, like, hits the wrong side of my brain. Anyways. So, they are Mexican, and my grandma, we call her Grammy, she can only speak Spanish. She can understand... Okay, she can't only speak Spanish. She can speak English, but it's very broken, and she can understand English. I think a lot more than she can speak it, though, because I can have conversations with her in English, and she'll understand. But then she'll, like, look at one of my aunts, and she'll be like, "Dile," and then she'll say her, like, little thing. Me, I cannot speak Spanish. I used to be able to speak it some when I was a freshman, because I took Spanish, and I already had, a lot of background knowledge on it, because I've grown up with it. But my mom just never decided to teach me it, or my brother, or my sister. So, we're a bunch of no sabo kids. But I've been, like, really good at understanding it lately. Like, my mom was on the phone with my family, and they were all talking in Spanish, and I was like, I understand that. I know what you're saying, but I cannot speak it for the life of me. I just came back from dinner. That was literally such an interesting experience in itself. Okay. So, first, we went to a sports bar, and, like, literally we had just gotten our drinks, and then we look over, and the ceiling is literally just raining. Like, it wasn't raining outside at all. It was perfectly dry, and the ceiling is literally just leaking all over this couple's table. It was insane. I'll put the video clips in.
Hi first, huh? That's it.
Do you guys want to move down there? It's like to the front.
And then we went to another bar where they were playing. One, I saw some lady I haven't seen in like 10 years. She's the sister of some guy my mom used to date. And she was really nice. And then there was a bunch of old people playing music bingo, which was like we came on like today was such like a weird day. The ceiling literally just like fell. It just started raining and like the floor was literally like a pool, like it was wet. Anyways, so I was last talking about I can understand more Spanish. I'm a little, Espanol. A little, Espanol girl. Just kidding, that's disgusting. But I do want to learn more Spanish because like I want to learn how to speak it more fluently because one, I want to be able to communicate with my family and everything. And two, I want to be able to teach it to my kids because being bilingual is freaking cool as heck. So, yeah. On the topic of Spanish, I am next year going to Barcelona with my friend Ava and to visit my friend Laura because I've mentioned Laura before, and Laura, she's a foreign exchange student from Barcelona, and she's so sweet. I literally love her so much, and she's literally freaking gorgeous, and to be able to go to Barcelona would literally be awesome. So, yeah, and because she literally lives in, like, the city, um, we're gonna stay with her and, like, her family and stuff, which means we don't have to pay for a hotel room and we don't have to pay for every single meal that we want to eat. And really, all we really have to pay for is if we want to go out to eat and then whatever we buy while we're there, which is awesome. So it's going to be like a cheap trip. And we were looking at plane tickets, and for the both of us, round trip, because we want to stay for like a week. So for both of us, round trip, it's like $1,500, which isn't bad. Like, I have the money to pay for my ticket now, and so does she. So I'm going to try to save up to pay for that, which is so awesome. Literally so awesome that I have the privilege of having somebody like Laura in my life. And it's so interesting hearing about, like, how it is back home and stuff. And I'm really excited because she's got to see, like, American culture and everything. And I think it'd really be cool to see, like, Spanish culture, you know? And I've also mentioned that, like, Laura's in my culinary class, right? And today in culinary, the female teacher, she came out and she was like, who likes spicy stuff? And I was like, and she was like, okay. And, like, a bunch of other people raised their hand. And she was like, come here. And we go in there, and she has on the table freeze-dried jalapenos and freeze-dried pickles. Like, but we didn't get to try the freeze-dried pickles because they said they were selling them. But we tried the freeze-dried jalapenos, and I didn't inhale it, but other people, when they took a bite, they, like, would breathe through their nose. And, like, they would start, like, coughing, and, like, their eyes were watering really bad, and their noses turned bright red because they inhaled the freaking jalapeno seeds. And then another girl, she ate one, and her mouth was literally, like, you could see, like, the powder smoke from the freeze-dried jalapeno. And a freeze-dried jalapeno? That's so weird. It tasted absolutely disgusting. And I brought one in for Laura to try. And she was like, I hate spicy stuff. Like, I hate spicy stuff. And I was like, no, just try it. It's, like, not even, because it wasn't that hot. It was just disgusting. And I was like, no, just try it. Like, it's good. Well, I didn't say it was good. I don't even know what I said. But I told her to try it, and she tried it, and she literally almost threw up. That was really funny. I love Laura. She's so sweet. Me, like, explaining how I just tortured her and then being like, I love her so much. Oh, and also, I'm almost done grounded, guys. I'm so excited. It's been freaking forever. But my mom said that she wanted to slowly start ungrounding me, which I'm very grateful for. So, like, first it's going to be, like, I can get my phone. Well, I have my phone, but, like, I can text people from it, and then social media, and then I can see people and whatnot. This one little hair. Okay, like, look. Look how, like, this one, like, is all pretty and, like, curls, and this one's just, like, meh. But it bothers me. But I don't want to look like I have a massive forehead, so. Okay. Another thing is so I feel like I'm only 16, but I feel like as I get older, I start liking things that I never would have thought I liked when I was younger, or things that I used to hate, like, a lot when I was, like, quote unquote younger. Younger could mean like 2 to friggin' 10 years ago. But a lot of the things are like cringy mom things. I have a hat that says dog mom on it that me 2 years ago would have been like, that's gross, like, that's cringe. Like, if somebody would have given that to me for my birthday or something, I probably never would have touched it. But I bought it, and it's the cutest thing ever. Because I am a doggy mom. I love my doggy so much. I birthed him, guys. And other things that I'm starting to like that I never would have thought that I liked. Not even just, like, because I'm getting older. Just, like, I think I've learned to see things from, like, a different perspective than I normally would have. And that's Lana Del Rey. I used to hate Lana Del Rey for no reason. Literally no reason. I just hated, well, I don't know, I guess I just hated the way that she, like, sang. In a way, it just wasn't for me, but I liked Billie Eilish. And a lot of people didn't understand how I could like Billie Eilish but hate Lana Del Rey. But recently, like, I've been, like, hearing, like, I've never seriously sat down and listened to one of her songs, except, you know, Summertime Sadness and probably video games. But I've been hearing, like, clips of it on YouTube and, like, TikTok, and I kind of mess with it. I'm not gonna lie. In country music, you know you've matured when you start liking country music after hating it your entire life. Because there are some smack ass songs out there, dude. They're so good. That song, I should be a country singer, shouldn't I? That song is so freaking good. Or Morgan Wallen's songs. What's that one song? Where it's like, I don't even know. Morgan Wallen's freaking good as heck. Luke Bryan is good as heck. Little Big Town, good as heck. Carrie Underwood, good as heck. I dug my king to the side of his pretty little soup. Also, I used to not like Drake. I think I mentioned this in another one. But I used to not like Drake, and recently I've been listening to a lot of Drake. Oh, okay, and yesterday I was watching the podcast that Jelly Roll and Bunny did with Tana Mojo and Brooke Schofield, or is it Schofield? I don't know. They do the Canceled podcast, right? And I'm not, like, a big fan of Jelly Roll, but Tana talked about how, like, she really just, like, loved that podcast. And I was like, okay, well, something has to be good about it. And it had 1 million views, so something has to be good about it. And I watch it, and I still don't really like Jelly Roll's music. Like, I like some of his songs, maybe, like, 2 or 3, but oh my god, him and Bunny are so wise. Like, they just have so much, like, experience and knowledge and advice to give. And, like, I used to make fun of Jelly Roll, and I seriously like him as a person now. Like, him and Bunny are just amazing people, and, like, the way that they can talk to Tana and, like, they validate her like experiences while also, you know, giving her like, oh my god, it's literally, sorry, it's literally so good. I suggest going to watch that after this. And I might have to look into some of more of Jelly Roll's music because I really like that interview. And also Teddy Swims, that Lose Control song, me and my mom, we will blast that. The only reason I bring him up is because him and Jelly Roll are like the same person to me. But we will blast that in the car. How does it go? But the reason I bring up Lana Del Rey is because of Brittany Broski. She literally just posted a podcast episode. I don't remember the title of it. It has Lana Del Rey in the title, but she talks about Lana Del Rey and just like how amazing she is. And one thing I admire about Brittany Broski is her intelligence. I have never seen an influencer as intelligent and like as well spoken as she is. Like, it doesn't feel to me like she's just talking out of her ass all the time, or like she's just there purely for entertainment. Like, I feel like every time I watch one of her videos, at least her podcast episodes, I feel like I take something educational away from it. And it's like, that's another reason why I like watching podcasts, because it doesn't feel like I'm like watching brain rot all the time. Like, it feels like I can take something away from it and learn something new, and I really enjoy learning new things. But her intelligence level is just like, it's very admirable. I'll say that. I don't want to talk for too long because I already feel like this is kind of long and you guys have short ass attention spans. So, we're going to get into the songs of the week. Oh, but before I talk about that, I don't know if I mentioned this already. Billie Eilish is releasing a new album. May 17th, we are getting Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. And she is not releasing any singles. And we only have one clip from the song. From the album. And I heard it on Spotify when I got the freaking notification. And I'm literally, the merch looks so good. I'm so excited to buy some. You guys don't understand. I've been in love with Billie Eilish for the past 5 years. I love Billie Eilish. I will marry her if I have to. If I have to, I will marry her willingly. You don't understand. When Happier Than Ever came out, it came out in June, right? And I'm pretty sure it came out on one of the last days of school. And I think I was doing an exam. So I was in 8th grade, and I was doing an exam or something. And I was not supposed to have my phone, but I had my phone, and I made sure to get the notification, and I was waiting for the album to come out. I was waiting, because it came out while I was in freaking school. And when it came out, I plugged in my headphones, and I listened to that. No. Wrong. That was when Your Power, I think. I think it was just a single. The album came out at 1 in the morning. I think when school was over. And my little brother and I stayed in my room and we listened to it. We fell asleep listening to it on my TV. That was cute. I think it was Your Power that came out that I was really excited about. And then I remember when I think Before I Am came out. I used to be such a big Billie fan that I couldn't name you every single song in order on each album. And I could recite them word for freaking word, and I could give you a whole little backstory behind it too. But unfortunately, I haven't studied her or kept up with her that hard these past few years. So I don't really know that much anymore, and it's really sad, honestly, but because of this new album, I might re-enter my Billie phase. And also, she did a countdown for the announcement of the release of Hit Me Hard and Soft. She did it on YouTube with YouTube Shorts, and she just posted a clip from each song of When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? And I was just like scrolling through them the other night and like listening to each song clip. I forget how good those songs are all the time. And I have a feeling that this new album, is going to be like kind of like her old music. And I'm really excited because I like Happier Than Ever. It's different, but it's a good different. But I do prefer When We All Fall Asleep and Don't Smile at Me. I prefer those. Just, I don't know. I feel like I can also relate to them a little bit more. So, songs of the week. We have Stay by Rihanna and Mickey Echo. Mickey spelled with 2 K's, so it's Mikkyi Ekko. Mickey Echo. And the only reason why that's the song of the week is because earlier today that was stuck in my head. The most random songs get stuck in my head. Okay. Song numero dos is Habits by who? Tove Lo? Period. Tove Lo. You know that song. That song is literally and then she's like, spend my days like in a cave. Like, you guys sleep on that song too much. Okay, song numero tres is Novocaine by Frank Ocean, because that song has also been stuck in my head a lot. And also, it comes on my playlist a lot, and I never skip it. Just because it's just like...
I think I said something. I got what I wanted.
Do you guys like it that I'm serenading you? I really hope you do. I'm trying really hard. I always say, like, I should go on The Voice for deaf people. Okay, song numero cuatro is The Hills by The Weeknd. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know that The Weeknd's name was spelled with no E. Like, no E at the end part of weekend. It's weekend. I didn't know that, and like when I first started seeing that, like on TikTok and stuff, I was like, people are forgetting the E. Okay, song numero cinco is Telepatia by Caliuchis. Dude, I'm literally in love with Caliuchis. I don't know if she had her baby yet, because like I said, I haven't had social media for like the past like month and a half, 2 months. But last I knew, she was pretty pregnant, and I really hope that she had her baby. I don't even know if it was a boy or I think it was a girl. But ugh. Okay, guys. I think I've had enough. Sometimes, I don't know, at the end of like this, I get like really nervous, and I don't really know what to like say or do, like when I start running out of things, and then I literally just start like getting cracked out. I don't mean it. I'm sorry. I love you. And I'll see you when I feel like posting again, I guess, because obviously I can't keep up with a freaking schedule. Also, please, I know you've seen that the entire episode. Please don't look at the bruise on my forehead, guys. It was an accident. Okay. I love you so much, and I'll see you hopefully next Monday. Shit happens. I love you.
I cannot fuck with you, baby, you right. You are not for me, goodbye. You ain't shit to me, shit to me.